I want you to avoid these two types of characters when you are dating, and you will have done yourself a big favor. If you can be able to avoid these two types of characters, whether male or female, you'll have done yourself a favor. And this goes up to the future, because at the end of the day, it is very important to know who to avoid and who not to. Otherwise, hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. This is Jeng and Jel. Now, I want to be very quick because there are only two subjects that I want to address, and we are done for the day. These two types of people are likely to be found on every dating platform. Whether you met them online or offline, you will find these two characters. And the moment you realize that these two characters are people that you are likely to date, it would be better for you to avoid. So singles, stay tuned to the end. If you're not single, you can watch for fun. Otherwise, the more enlightened you are on any subject matter, the greater the level of command you gain. To be informed is to be transformed, and to be uninformed is to be deformed. So stay tuned. I want you to be informed so that you don't end up deformed. These two types of people are likely to appear in your life time and time again. In fact, you are likely to realize that you have encountered them at some point in life. Either you dated them, you did business with them, or things like that. If you do not avoid these people, no matter how handsome they are, no matter how beautiful they are, no matter how wealthy they are, no matter how whatever you consider good in a relationship they are, then you will end up feeling wasted. So I don't want you to feel wasted after wasting a long period of time with somebody who cannot be trusted. I want you to avoid category number one, the category of users. You see, a user is somebody who is selfish, self-centered. Is a person who thinks about self at the expense of others. It is all about them. If that relationship does not work for them, if that relationship is not working for them, it feels like a threat to them. And therefore, they would better withdraw if they are not given a chance to use you. And how do you know? Because most people will be like, okay, you said a user. How do I know that this person is a user? And for your information, users end up as losers, because a relationship, a marriage for that matter, is a give and take affair. You have to give before you take. The other person has to feel you giving. Okay? Otherwise, if you are there to take alone, the other person will feel drained, and by the time you have spent some time together, they will be wishing they never encountered you, they never met you, and things like that. So a user is identified through a number of ways. For instance, if you meet a person who only wants to know what you're bringing on the table without actually highlighting the things they are bringing on their end to the table, that person is a user. If that person is only looking for convenience and they don't care about your own convenience, that person is a user. Are we together? And this person should be avoided. And if they are not avoided, by the time you realize, they begin to gaslight. To gaslight is to send you signals in reverse psychology. The person wants you to, the person will even demonize something. And the moment they demonize that thing, they will exactly do the same thing. But because they had spoken ill of that thing, you will not suspect. Are we together? You will not suspect at any given point. Why? Because the person is very vocal in condemning that particular thing. So if you're not very careful, if you're not very keen, that person can end up making you feel used and stupid, because the moment you're about to raise an alarm, the subconscious mind tells you, but this person is not like this, but this person is always against ABCD, and then that person will just do ABCD. Are we together? So users are dangerous people. These are people, you take them. You see, I tell men and women that anybody can pay for a date. There is that erroneous misconception about a man being the only person who can pay for a date. In fact, if you invite a man for a date today and that man invites you for a date, why not pay for coffee? But can you imagine somebody, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether they have money or not, whether they are in a position to help or not, they cannot be able to help. Theirs is give me, give me, give me. Their work is to take. You're just looking at a loser. A user is a loser. Take care of them. These are people who you start dating today and tomorrow they have asked you for money. That's a user. He will end up as a loser. She will end up as a loser. Avoid. You can imagine A date is something that sets the pace for the beginning of a very serious relationship. And I believe that people who are adults, a mature adult from 25 years and above, willing to get married, to settle down, and that person, unless under explained circumstances, that person should not be asking you for fare. And maybe you are meeting at a central place like town. Let's say you're meeting in Nairobi. The person is coming from Juja, you are coming from Rongai. Whatever proximity you are from the city, these two people are meeting. Nobody is obligated to give the other one transport. If you cannot afford transport, don't get married. You will become a burden to the other person. Are we together? The both of you, none of you is doing the other one a favor. And now that one brings me to the next point. The person who is proud and arrogant. You see, people who desire you, people who feel like you matter in their lives, will never show the arrogant side of a relationship. These people will never show you they are more than you are. They will never try to show that they are better than you are. They will not even put an attempt to display bravado, superiority complex, because a relationship is made up of equals. Both people, not desperate but lonely, coming together to build a family. Remember, if you enter into a relationship with a person who already feels like he or she is at the top of the grid, chances are very high that relationship cannot be sustainable. And that is why I keep on asking people, don't allow yourself to date somebody who feels pity for you or somebody who pities you. To pity ni kukuonea huruma. Ati uishe. Don't enter into a uishe kind of relationship. No matter how attractive the person is. If he is not attracted, if she is not attracted, count your losses and go. After all, they are not your relatives. Click next. You need to get to a point where you have developed enough self-confidence that you can walk away from any relationship. The attractiveness of that candidate notwithstanding, what they have notwithstanding, irrespective of what they have promised. Even if they had promised heaven, the giver of heaven is God. Nevertheless, desire can never be negotiated. So anybody trying to portray a sense of self-importance, better than you, we all know that the man is the head of the family. But even that man cannot be respected if he does not respect the other party. That man has to show some mutual respect. He has to show some kind of grace. I am not asking the man to submit to the wife. That is awkward. It's upside down. What I'm saying is that man should carry himself with a lot of respect, because respect is not given, it is earned. And people treat you according to how you treat yourself. Are we together? So to this point, I want you to avoid people who have that sense of self-importance, people who feel like they are better than the whole world, people who are proud. It is about them, it is about nobody else. These are the people you should always make sure to avoid. Come rain, come sunshine. Whether it's a windy or a calm day, avoid these people at all costs. And you have avoided a lot of drama. Because it is better to break up at relationship level than to end up breaking up in marriage. That's a divorce, that's a separation. And people have tags on you. She separated so and so, he separated so and so, and so and so, and the list goes on. So be enlightened. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed the podcast. If you want more of this, you can let us know in the comment section. I'll be seeing you around. This is Jenga Njero. Subscribe.